Hello, hello, Wired fam. What's going on out there in Crappie world? How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to give everybody a little bit of time to get on since this is like the first time I've been on in a month. Hopefully, we'll still have some people that are watching. Hopefully, there are still some Wired followers out there that follow Wired enough to check on the live every Wednesday night. Because it has been a minute. Actually, I don't know how long has it been, guys. A month? Has it been a month since we've been on? I think it has. I see somebody on. I got a Lone Ranger. My computer, not my computer, but my phone hadn't quite caught up yet. Paul Gwynn from Chattanooga. What's up, man? What you into, Paul? Hope you're doing well. I'm not going to move around a whole lot tonight because I'm in my PJs outside of my hoodie. I don't want you guys to see my flannel PJs, man. I'm chilling in my flannel PJs. What's going on? Hey, don't forget, guys, when you get on, drop me a hello. Let me know where you're from and just say hi to me because it's been a minute since we've been on, and I want to say hi to you guys. I apologize that I haven't been on. We're going to talk a little bit about why I haven't been on. We're not going to get real deep into it because I don't want you guys to see me cry. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to talk a little bit about it tonight. I apologize, first and foremost. I apologize that I have not been very punctual with not only the lives, but my videos lately have not been extremely punctual, okay? And I apologize for that. I apologize to you guys, to my sponsors, and to everybody else that I have not been very punctual lately. But what's that saying? What's that old saying? Abstinence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Isn't that the old saying? So hopefully everybody's really fond of me by now because we're back, all right? And we're back in the saddle and we're going to hit this thing running, all right? We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got, East Tennessee Crappie Club, Teleco tournament. We got to talk about that because that was a really cool tournament. Fished that lake different than I ever have. Well, not ever have before, but kind of ever have before. I mean, it was different. It was kind of a different setup. Fish setup really, really different than I'm used to fishing Teleco, and it was a lot of fun. And I want to talk about the club and about the guys in the club a little bit. Some of them will probably be on here tonight. Some of them may not be. I'm hoping that one specific person is, and if I see his name, we're going to give him a little shout out. We're going to tell you guys a little something, a little something special when he gets on. Let's see here. Steven, what's going on? We had Mr. Paul. Paul, thank you for your comment from Chattanooga. Steven, hello, hello. Jackie Jordan, what's going on? Hello, hello. Pudgy the Unicorn Graves. Now that's a name right there, guys. There ain't no doubt about that. That is a name. That is the name of all names. Hello from Norris Lake, Sean. What's going on, Sean? 1 second, guys. Oh. All right. David, hello from Crossville. What's going on, David? David from Crossville. David, I kind of hunt over in Crossville, over in that neck of the woods. That's kind of my area to go hunt, get away a little bit. Joseph, what's going on from Macon, Georgia? We got Jerry Johnson. What's up? What's up from Springfield, Illinois? Jerry, I'm actually going to be in Illinois sometime in the near future. I got to come up there, make a trip up there, probably bring the wife and kids up there and pick up a trailer. Let's see. Randy from Jacksboro, what's going on? Heidi Clark, hi Matt, how are you? Laura and the boys, do you have bunny slippers too? No, I don't have bunny slippers. I got the Crocs. That's a man slippers right there, okay? I got my man slippers. I got them in two-wheel drive, okay? I got my man slippers in two-wheel drive. And but no, I do not have the bunny slippers, Heidi. I appreciate you for asking, though. I got the camo Crocs, the man slippers. And Laura, the boys doing well. Everybody's doing good. I appreciate you for asking. Jesse, what's up, Jesse Roth? Hello, hello. Nathan Wood, hey, buddy. Hope everyone is well from Wabash, Indiana. Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate it, buddy. Heath McDaniel, everyone needs a break sometimes. Yeah. I really didn't take a break, guys. I kind of got, I don't want to say I got forced into not being able to get back to you guys, but I actually had a death in the family. Had to deal with a lot of stuff there. It was not as, you know, you always like to think that, okay, you always like to think that everything would go quick and you'd be able to, you want to be able to say goodbye, but you hope it goes quick. Well, it just didn't go quick, and it wasn't the best of situations, I guess. So that's kind of why I hadn't been here. Okay. It was, again, it was, I try to be, okay, forgive me. I try to get out of my Marine Corps mindset a little bit sometimes, or my military mindset where, one foot in front of the other, keep going. I try to remember that everybody's human and everybody has, deals with things in a different way. So, but I needed to be there for my family. So I had to take some time and be there for my family. Okay. So I apologize that I hadn't been here, but we're back. We're back. Okay. We're beyond that right now, and we're back. So I appreciate everybody for hanging in. I appreciate everybody for being here tonight because, you guys didn't get a whole lot of heads up that I was going to be on tonight because I just threw it together at about 8:20 and posted. So thank y'all for being on tonight. We're going to get right back to the lives on Wednesday nights because I know a lot of you guys enjoy the lives on Wednesday nights. I enjoy the live on Wednesday nights, coming down here and being able to talk to you guys and get in the shop. There's some weeks where I don't get to get in the shop except for on Wednesday nights. So Wednesday nights, I get to sit with you guys, talk crappie fishing, look at all my baits on the wall over here, and organize my baits on the wall, organize my boat, do a lot of different things. So I love Wednesday nights as much as you guys do, and I'm looking forward to getting back in a routine, okay? Dakota Queen, hello, Matt from Madisonville, Tennessee. Appreciate the codes. Went to Crappie Cove. Good people. They are good people. Thank you for supporting them, Dakota. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Oop, where'd I go? Stanley, hello, North Carolina. What's going on? Hello from Phoenix City. What's going on? Mr. Lyles, what's up? Alabama. Johnny Coots, good evening. Glad to see you. Glad to see you guys too. Steven, I just figured you were frozen over. No, not frozen over. Definitely not frozen over. Philip from Arkansas, what's up? YZ from Maryland, hello. I don't computer. That's another name. Boy, you guys got the names figured out tonight. Hello, all you beautiful people. What's going on? Danny Rock from LaGrange, Georgia. Hello. James from Crosby, Texas. What's going on? Mike Morrison. Hello, Wired from Clarks Hill. Hello, Mike. Lots of laughs and man slippers. That's right. There's man slippers, man. That's what them are. That's what Crocs are. They're man slippers. Sean White, hello, Matt from Oklahoma. What's up with the Bonehead Tackle discount code Crappie22 is expired and 23 doesn't exist? That's because they hadn't put it in the system yet. So I need to update that. It is on the banner, and it needs to come off the banner. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can do that real quick while we're talking here. I don't know if I can do that or not with, yep, okay, yep. So let's take the Bonehead code off because right now our Bonehead code is not working. Let me take that off there. There we go. Oh, wrong one. Oh, there it is. All right. So, Sean, I am actually going to be at the Bonehead Tackle booth at the East Tennessee Fishing Show Saturday, and we'll get the code fixed, okay? The new code will be Crappie 2023, but they just have not put that in the system yet, okay? So, as a matter of fact, I will text them tonight and get them to put that in. And as a matter of fact, I don't know. I'm on my cell phone tonight, so I don't know if I can actually do that without cutting you guys off. So I'm not going to try to text them tonight because I don't want to cut you guys off. But I will send a text out tonight, Sean, and get that code fixed the best that I can, or as quickly as I can. But yes, the code will be Crappie 2023 when they get it loaded into the system. Crappie 2023. Okay, guys? Calvin, what's up from Branson, Missouri? Heidi, so sorry to hear you had a loss in your family. Family comes first. Appreciate it, Heidi. Yeah, it's never easy. Um, obviously, I probably take it different than some or most, or I don't know, but everybody takes it different. I am military mindset again, so I take it with a grain of salt, and or not a grain of salt. That's not very good phrasing, but it's part of life. It's gonna happen to us all. Unfortunately, if you don't like hearing that, I'm sorry, but it's gonna happen to us all at some point. We're here for a time, and you know, one boot in front of the other. Marine, keep going. So I do try to make myself stop and be compassionate and be sympathetic and be um, all those things that you need to be in those times. And I had to take some time to do that for my family. So again, uh, we're back. We're back. That's what I can say. Is we're back. But thank you, Heidi. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you for always asking how the family's doing, Heidi. Ashley Coffee, what's up, man? From North Lake. We're going to talk about Ashley Coffee here in just a minute, guys. So keep his name in the back of your mind because we're going to bring him back up here in just a little bit. All right, Jerry, sorry for your loss. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Freshwater Soul, East Texas here. What's going on? Thank you for being here tonight. Eric Reeder, hello, Matt. Sorry for your loss from Clinton, Iowa. I appreciate it, buddy. Reginald, hello, Matt. West Monroe, Louisiana. All my jigs are all from Bonehead in Flint, Texas. That's right. They're right there beside you. And my deer camera just told me we got pictures. Joel Nash in the house. Hello, Matt, and everyone. What's going on, Joel? Hey, Joel, Ashley, everybody, I got us hooked up on Melton Hill, okay? I don't see Jimmy in here. Is Jimmy in here? Jimmy! Jimmy, you in here? Jimmy Pratt in here? East Tennessee Crappie Club's next tournament is on Melton Hill Lake. And there's a guy that has put a ton of structure in Melton Hill Lake. Listen to me, Ashley. Listen to me, Joe. There's a guy that's put a ton of structure in Melton Hill Lake. A bunch. And I just so happen to have his boat sitting right here with his Humminbird unit sitting right there. I got Melton Hill figured out. I don't even have to go over there and scout. I got it right there. Right there. Right there's that little Humminbird unit that I've been looking for. I got Melton Hill, guys. No problem. I see y'all there. Ain't that right, Jimmy Pratt? And Mr. Ray Pratt. Yeah, I'm gonna be selling waypoints. Y'all see my my attire, my live attire right there. That's it. That's that good flannel right there. That's that thick stuff that keeps your legs all nice and warm, and you put the Crocs on the bottom so your toes freeze off, but your legs, they stay warm. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now that we've talked about I got free waypoints, but I'm gonna be selling them. I'm gonna be selling. So I'm going to make copies of that card, guys, and I'm going to sell that. Sean said, that sounds like cheating. Lots of laughs. Well, it's not cheating if they drop it off. I mean, he dropped it off here and said, here you go. Install my units. Get me set up like I need to be set up. And he mentally said, make sure you make a copy of all my waypoints for yourself. He said that in his mind, and it just forgot to trickle across his tongue, but I heard it in his mind. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not cheating. He said that in his head. You know what I'm saying? Freshwater Soul auction time. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. No, that's one thing that, in all honesty, guys, in all honesty, that's one thing that I do not and never will do is being that I have an electronics install business and I install electronics, Wired Marine Electronics on Facebook, guys, go check me out. Wired Marine Electronics goes right along with Wired for Crappie. Okay. I like to stay wired. So Wired Marine Electronics, because we're running wire. You know what I'm saying? It just comes off the tongue so nice. Anyway, check it out on Facebook, Wired Marine Electronics. And that's one thing that guys bring me there. I I have boats in here all the time. And I always tell them, they're like, should I take my units off before I bring them to you? And I'm like, dude, I've got 4,800 waypoints. Actually, more than that. I had 4,800 6 months ago. So I probably have, I don't know, 5,000 or more waypoints in my units. If I need more than that, there's a problem. I don't need any more waypoints. So anyway, I don't do that, guys, just for you guys. But most guys can take their cards out before they bring them. They're like, I took my card out. I hope you don't get offended. I'm like, I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. So anyway, but no, it's funny. When you've got a group of guys that is so great, like the guys in East Tennessee Crappie Club are, you really get to joke around with them. You really get to play around with them. You really get to poke at one another. But at the end of the day, we're all there for one goal, and that's to have fun. And it is a lot of fun. And, that's like this, we're going to talk about this here in a little bit, but the Teleco tournament that just happened Saturday, I called Mr. Jimmy Pratt, and I told Mr. Jimmy Pratt, I said, hey, listen to me. I know where you're fishing at. I know where your first spot is. He said, no, you don't. I said, yeah, I do. And I asked him some questions, and I asked him, and he I'm very good at reading people, you know what I'm saying? And I asked him a few questions. I kind of knew where he was talking about. I said, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know where you're going. You're going this direction. You're going right up there. Well, come to find out, it was really close to where he was actually going. So I'm pretty sure I had him scared because I followed him to the first spot. I went past him, but he stopped, and I was like, I knew it. I'm pointing at him. So I was pulling his chain all week last week. I had him nervous. It was pretty funny. But anyway, that's the kind of stuff that you get to experience when you got such a great group of guys and you're involved in a club and you get to fish tournaments with them, and there's a little bit of competitive edge. There's not a lot of money involved, but it's a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? You just get to go have fun with a lot of good guys and get to learn a lot of cool stuff. And, you just grow and you become better. And your crappie fishing just gets better and better and better as time goes by. So let's see. What's Ashley say? Joel Nash, how big a super chat we need to get together to get Matt to just go over there with his phone, turn on the unit, and zoom in on Melton Hill. Yeah, it's funny. Oh boy, oh man, Jimmy and Ray getting nervous as all get out if I went over there right now and powered that unit up. That's funny. Do you have a video on your boat upgrades? You have. Calvin, which one specifically? I don't know that I necessarily have a video on them, but I'd be more than happy to do one if you just have a specific boat upgrade that you'd like to see. I'm assuming you're probably talking about this trolling motor, which is my new trolling motor brakes that I have on the back of the boat. I'm assuming that's probably what you're talking about, but is there something you really want to see? Mark, hello, Matt from Pine Mills, Texas. What's going on, Mark? What is the best wire to use installing live scope? The best wire to use is the factory power cords from the factory. So if you can keep your runs short, you want to keep your runs as short as you possibly can. And that's what I tell everybody when they bring a boat here to Wired Marine Electronics to get an install done. I tell them, what power source are we using? Are you going to purchase a lithium power source, or are you going to run it off your boat battery? I'd never suggest running it off your cranking battery. I don't like live scope on a cranking battery. Never liked live scope on a cranking battery. Will never like live scope on a cranking battery. So no, I don't suggest that to anyone. Now, if they tell me that's where it's going, don't ask me again, then fine. I'll put it on your cranking battery. I'll put it wherever you want it, but it will cause an issue at some point. And I tell them that it's going to cause you a problem at some point. Might not be right off the rip, but at some point it's gonna cause a problem. Dadgum, there's deer moving around all over the place. It keeps popping down on my screen. All right, I have those little cell cameras that send you an email. That's crazy. But anyway, so again, power source. Keep your runs of wire as short as you possibly can, Mr. Lyles. You'll be better off. If 99% of the setups that I do, okay, that I install, live scope setups, live sonar, period. Live scope, or whether it be Garmin, Humminbird, or Lowrance, it don't matter, okay? 99% of them I never have to add wire to because they buy a lithium power source. It's like $250 for an amp 30 amp hour battery, well worth the money. And I put that battery in one of the forward compartments and I run all the wires down through the dash or through the bow and to that battery. Okay. So again, keep them as short as you possibly can. But if you have to run extra wire, okay, let me jump up here. I'll show you what I use. If you have to run extra wire, I will show you what I use. Okay. I'm not going to tell you it's the best wire on the market. Okay. But I'm going to tell you that it is what I prefer. This is, let's see if I can, well, here. This is Anchor Marine. Okay. Anchor Marine grade. This is, I believe this is 10 gauge, right? 10-2. Okay. See it right there? It says 10/2 AWG. Now, this is 10 copper. Okay. If you're going to run any kind of electronics in your boat, you want it to be right here, 10 copper. Okay. That tinning that they put over top of the copper wire prevents corrosion. And in a wet environment, preventing that corrosion is going to help your wire last longer, and you're not gonna have as much amperage drop in your wire. Okay. Because yes, corrosion will cause amperage drop. You will have amperage loss, voltage loss, or amperage loss, which is two different things, voltage and amperage loss in corroded wire. Corroded wire will lose amps or voltage. Okay. And or voltage. So try to get the best wire that you can. That Anchor Marine, you can buy it. That's a 100-foot roll. I buy it by the 100-foot roll because I'm using all kinds of it. But 10 gauge, you can do 8 gauge on trolling motors. 10 gauge is plenty. Honestly, I mean, if you're not running, if you're running the entire length of your boat, then you might want to go 8 for live scope. But if you're just running 3, 4, 5 feet, 10 gauge is good for you. Okay. Joel Nash, lots of laughs. Alive, wired for crappie. Zoom in on Ray Pratt's mouth. yeah. Jeffrey Smith, good evening, Matt, Rogersville, Tennessee. What's going on? Michael from Pell City, Alabama. What's going on? Super Dave. Hey, everyone. What's going on, man? Michael Trott. We'll be fishing on Weiss Lake Saturday, getting ready for a fish fry. Heck yeah, man. Just send me the address. Let me know where it's at, and I'll be there. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. I'll tell you all, that is the best wire on the market. Yep, that's what I use. If I'm going to install units in a boat, I'm going to put the best that I can in it because I don't want them coming back. I mean, I want you guys to come back for something new, but I want you guys coming back with an issue. I want you guys to come back and be like, hey, you did such a great job putting in my live scope. Now I have a trolling motor I need installed. Throw that on there for me. Oh, okay, cool. And we'll throw that joker on there. And then I want it coming back with you saying, now I want 2 units on the bow or on the dash because I only had 1. Now I need 2 because I want to run my side imaging and my map separate. So put me 2 on there and link them and get me a Bass Boat Technologies mount, put them side by side, and move all my gauges and everything like I'm doing for Ray. So anyway, we're gonna overhaul his dash. He's gonna have a whole new dash when he's done with it. Go away, deer, Dad, jump at yous. I'm gonna have to go look at my deers. There's my beautiful wife. Golly, look at her right there. Looking good, Matt. So glad to have you back on the screen. That guys, she likes looking at me on the screen better than she does in real life. She look at me on the screen with some of them little hardy eyes right there, and she thinks, man, I'd like to have me a man like that. But when the man walks upstairs, she's just like, I'm just kidding. I love you, babe. Hey, I got the most beautiful wife in the world, guys. Did y'all know that? Y'all ought to see her. She's a drop-dead gorgeous knockout. I'm blessed. I'm blessed beyond what I should be blessed in the wife department. There ain't no doubt about that. All right, Matt, just wanted to let you know that the crappie are moving to the docks here in East Texas. Well, of course they are. It's like 907 degrees down there in the summer, so they got to move up on the docks in the winter and spawn, or the eggs fry. Y'all have fried crappie eggs down there. If they spawned in May in Texas, by golly, like they spawned in May up here, y'all have fried eggs. Y'all be catching them. Y'all be catching them and eating them. They'd be already cooked, ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? And those guys that eat the eggs out of a crappie, how do y'all do that? Who in here, let me ask y'all a question. Who in here fries eggs out of a crappie? Please, golly, go away, dear. All right, so it just keeps interrupting our live. The deer are interrupting us tonight. I don't like it. Although I'm going to go look at them when we get off here. All right, so who in here, be honest, who in here fries crappie eggs and eats them? And what do you consider it to taste like? And don't say chicken, because I'm telling you right now, everything don't taste like chicken. Who in here eats crappie eggs? Give me one of them. Raise your hands in the comment section if you eat crappie eggs or have eaten crappie eggs. I can't stomach that. There ain't no way. Asleep, what's going on? Hope all are well. What's going on, Sleep at the Real? James Wanky, do you have one trolling motor for the brake or a stomp switch? So, okay. So my trolling motor brakes. I did a little video on this. I got 2 trolling motor brakes. Forgive all the barnwood in the background. That's from my wall over there for my deer. We're putting barnwood on the wall. But anyway, can you guys see it? Where's that? I got 2 trolling motors back there side by side. And yes, I have them on a stomp switch. Now, it's not an on-off switch. It's a, when I'm stomping it, it's on. When I let off it, it goes off. So here is my foot pedal. It is a big foot, okay? And you just put your foot on that, it comes on, take your foot off, it goes off. On, off, on, off. So it's right up here by it's right up here in front, right there in the front of the boat. I can take my foot off of the trolling motor and put it on the switch. So, and I hope you guys could see that because I had the phone flipped around. So hopefully you guys seen that. James, did you see what I'm working with? So that's what I'm working with on my trolling motors. It's all wired up, and all the wires are, hidden. They all go back down there under the boat and run up to the front. So everything's nice and clean and hidden back there, and I got them mounted. Golly, go away, dear. There's a whole herd of them coming through there. All right, so that's how I have those set up. Okay, I hope that helps. Heidi says, my dad used to eat the eggs. I could never eat that. No, I can't. Oh, YZ said, I do. All right, YZ, what do they taste like, buddy? What do they compare to? Sean said, I have nasty. Yes, nasty. How do y'all do that? It's gross. Ooh, golly, shoo, wee. That's nasty, boys. I just can't do it. I just can't bring myself to do it. I can't bring myself to get my phone to set still either. Stay. All right. Let's see. Heath. Nope. Crappie Kev. If you eat crappie eggs, you are just wrong. Think about all the baby fish you are killing. I will call PETA. That's funny. Go away, dear. Daggum. All right. Hello, Sarge. Got my new heart and went fishing. Wait a minute. Got my new heart and went fishing the docks here at my home lake. Heart? You got a new heart? Mark, please tell me that's a typo. What's going on? I'm hoping that's a typo, Mark. Did you get? I mean, if you got a new heart, I'm glad. But is that a correct statement? Lance, Haywire just came into East Tennessee, originally here, but live in Colorado. What's going on, Lance? Welcome from Colorado, originally from here, but live in Colorado. Well, we're glad you're back. You know what I mean? We're glad you're back. Let's see here. William C., good evening. Thank you for your help the other day. You're welcome. Glad I could help. I won't tell anybody what you mean by that because we'll just leave that between me and you. But you're very welcome. I appreciate you for reaching out, and I'm glad I could help. Okay, so prayers for you. Sarge is going to surgery next week. Everybody say prayer for Sarge because he's going to need it. He's as ornery as they come. You know, it's just going to be bad. I can just see him now. He's going to be like a little baby. He's going to be blubbering. It's going to be bad. You know, ain't nothing worse than a toddler having surgery and Sarge is going in. So everybody say a prayer for him. Um, he's going to need it, and his wife's going to need it. Say a prayer for his wife. I don't know if I feel worse for Sarge or for his wife, but I'm sure we'll figure that out in the long run. And Sarge, I know I've talked to you recently, but I will reach out as you go through that just to make sure you're not driving anybody crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure you stay on an even keel. Make sure you don't blubber too much. You know, I know how them army men are. I mean, I know how them army guys are. I'm just saying. I know it. I mean, I eat crayons, but I mean, you know, I know you guys, you know, just so it's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be all right. So we're saying a prayer for you, but in all honesty, we are praying for you, buddy. We hope you go through that just well and come out on the other side a better, well, you know, better off and more well put together, if you will, because you know you get some get that neck straightened out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you, buddy, and I hope everything goes well for you. And it looks like Mark really did get a new heart. Did he get a new heart? I mean, I'm trying to. Yes, I did. I got my transplant. That is why I haven't been on here. Man, I am so happy to hear that. That is awesome. I mean, I don't even know what to say. But on a serious note, because I don't want to joke around. I joke around with Chris enough, but on a serious note, I'm going to say congratulations, man, because that's awesome. I mean, I'm assuming you needed a new heart because yours wasn't working right. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody understands what the two options are within that situation, and one of them ain't the one you want. And so I'm glad you got your transplant. Uh, Praise the Lord for that, and I hope you do well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you continue to be here so we can hear how your progress is going. And we're going to say a prayer for Mark as well. So, Chris and Mark, you guys are on the prayer list, and I hope you guys get through everything well and come out on the other side just fine and ready to rock and roll and go catch some crappie. So, let's see. Sounds like Mark's doing well. He's hitting the docks, right? Crappie eggs. I've never been that drunk or that hungry. Yeah, tell me about it. Kristen, yes, pray for my wife. She told my son the other day, now you know dad is not going to be in a good mood for the next few months. I had to laugh. Hey, I'd be the same way though. I'd be the same way. My wife would be telling the kids, "Hey, you better just leave your dad alone. You better just not talk to him for a little bit because he's gonna be ornery." I'm the same way when I'm sick. Hey, I'm gonna tell. Hey, if my wife's on here, she's gonna back me up on this one. But I am a horrible sick man. I mean, I am a horrible sick person. When I'm sick, I'm just like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I get a horrible attitude. I'm just like, I just want to go crawl in a hole and die. Leave me alone. I'll be back when I'm not dying anymore. And it's just at least a little bit sick too. I have man sickness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell myself a little bit. I got man sick. So when I'm sick, I'm just like, leave me alone. I just want to be let alone. I crawl in a dark hole down here in the. Actually, I most of the time when I'm sick, I'm right over here on this couch in the shop, and I'm just like, leave me alone. I'm watching YouTube on TV over there, and I'm just like, leave me alone. And then I get feeling better, and I'm like, hey, I'm back. What's up? So anyway, but my wife, God bless her, she brings me food and she brings me all kinds of drinks and stuff when I'm sick down here. She knocks on the door and leaves it at the door because she don't want to get sick. So this is God's honest truth. I'm telling all my family stories, but she'll bring it down to the shop door, knock on the door, and leave it on the step and go back upstairs. Oh, it's funny. It's funny. Hey, I don't care. I'll tell them myself. Ah, Now you guys are getting to see the real side of Wired. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Mark says he's gonna put you on the prayer list there, Chris. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, buddy. Uh, what depth do you look for to dock shoot this time of year? In East Tennessee, I look for deep docks. Fish are deep right now. They're still out deep. They're on a winter pattern, and I look for deep docks this time of year. And when I say deep docks, I guess I need to quantify that. Is 20 foot plus, 20 foot plus underneath them. Mark says, doing great, but got to slow down a bit. Going to stop going to all them cattle sales. Yeah. Well, there you go. Hey, more time to fish. More time to slow down and fish, right? Off topic. What's your number one YouTube channel that you watch a lot? Come on, William. Seriously? Wired for Crappie. Duh. No, I don't watch myself. I don't like to watch myself, actually. Um, I I I I criticize myself and scrutinize myself in a very extreme manner when I watch myself, and I don't even like really editing my videos because when I listen to myself, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even really like editing my own videos, but I do it. It's for you guys. So um, my favorite YouTube videos to watch or channels to watch is uh, well, there's YouTubers on here. That's not fair. That's not fair. Um, so I watch. I like the hunting public. Okay, I watch them all the time. I watch Chris. I watch most of Chris's videos, not all, but I watch most of his videos. I like flopping crappie. I watch him. I'll catch one of Ken's every once in a while, not very often, but every once in a while I'll catch one of Ken's. Here's the thing, William. To be honest with you, is YouTubers are on YouTube so much, creating content and editing content. We really don't watch YouTube much. We try to keep up with our buddies and we try to keep up with what's going on these other channels of the people that we know and that we hang out or not hang out with, but that we have relationship with as far as in the YouTube world, like Chris and I, Flop and Crappie and I, Ken and I, but we really don't watch a whole lot of YouTube. And I've talked to a lot of YouTubers that say the same thing, and they tell me the same thing. And they're like, "Did you see so and so's video?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And they're like, "Yeah, I didn't either, but it's supposed to be really good. Somebody told me about it. I need to go watch it." So, we're on there so much creating content for you guys that we don't watch a whole lot of content. I typically watch it like I was talking about earlier when I'm sick. I typically binge watch, just different stuff. And to be honest with you, I'll just type in crop and go. I'm sure you guys do that too. But no, there are some. I guess there are some people that I can't stand to watch. And I probably shouldn't have said that because now y'all are going to ask me who. But I'm not going to tell y'all that. There's some people that I just don't mess with. Dear again. All right. Um, moving on. Those are some of the ones that I watch. But anyway. Have you tried any of new Z-Man crappie baits? I have not. I have not. I've been asked that question several times, Jeffrey, and I have not. I have not tried them. I was talking to a guy today who was talking about another bait, and I'm not going to name the other baits, but was talking about another bait company and asked me if I'd ever used them, and I said no. And I looked them up, and they were like $6 a pack, and then on top of that, you paid shipping, so they were like $6.50. Well, it depended on how many you bought, I guess. But if you bought 20 packs, it'd be cheaper than that because shipping divides out by how many packs you buy. But anyway, it's like $6. Okay, let's just say $6 without shipping. It's like $6 for 8 baits, and I'm like, what? Since when did crappie baits become crankbaits? I mean, $6, and you got 8 baits, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna try those. I'm sorry, but I got baits coming out my ears, and I just $6 for 8 baits is a lot. So anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna name any names of any baits or anything, but because I don't want to talk bad about any bait, but $6 is a little high for me for crappie bait. You know what I'm saying? Just a little. Carl, late getting on, but we'll review later. Waiting on the river to get back up. What's going on, Carl? Chris, wired for crappie. Have you ever wired a live scope and not put power to the black box? Just ask for a friend. I did not say it. I'm not talking about it. No, I have never wired a live scope up and not powered a black box. Ever. Ever. I have not. And now I have to tell the story, Chris, because people are going to think I did this. All right. So there was a question earlier in the show, or there was a comment made. Thank you for the help. Well, the help was a phone call that said my black box or my live scope's not working. And I said, do you have power to the black box? And he goes, oh, I don't know. Okay, I got it. We got it figured out. And I said, great. Glad I could help. All right. Thanks. Good night. Go away, dear. All right. So that was what it was. All right. So now the story's out. Now everybody knows. Thanks, Chris, for diming him out. I appreciate you, buddy. But we could have went without that one. But it's a funny story because, hey, you got to have power to your units to work for them to work, guys. So anyway, keep that in mind. You have 12 volts to your units to get them to work. Okay. Thanks, Chris. Golly bum. David, what's up? You're not funny, Chris. William, you just dimed yourself out on that one, buddy. Do you use bait pop? Andy, good question. Good question. Do you use bait pop? And we're at 10% battery life. If I die, then I'm sorry. We're getting ready to be done here in just a minute. But anyway, do you use bait pop? No, I do not. I do not use bait pop. I actually have a little video out about scents and additives and copper tone sunblock on your jig and all that good stuff. As actually, if you scroll back through my videos, it's actually got copper tone on the thumbnail. You got a little bottle of copper tone. And I'm not a big believer in scents. I'm not a big believer in additives. And bait pop here's the thing. I don't have a problem seeing my jig on live scope. Why do I need bait pop to show it to me even more? I don't have a problem seeing it. So I don't. Not that it's a bad product. I don't know if it's a good or a bad product because I hadn't used it. So I can't speak to whether it's a good product or not. But I don't have any problem seeing my jig now. So I just don't use bait pop now. Steve, can someone recommend some dock shooting rods? I'm having a dock shooting contest and need some advice from the crappie guys. Can anyone help? Yeah, absolutely. 6-foot ACC crappie stick and done. 6-foot ACC crappie stick. That's what I use to shoot docks. Love them. They've got a great backbone and they shoot a jig really well. So. Heath said that about sounds like Nico prices. Nico, what's a Nico? Oh, baits. Yeah. The baits. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Joel said Mountain Dew and sunscreen. Yeah, that's what I put on my jigs in that video. I put Mountain Dew, I put sunscreen, I used crappie nibbles and no crappie nibbles and all this different stuff in that video. So it's a really cool video. You guys should check it out because you ever heard that old saying where they say don't put sunscreen on because if you get it on your hands and get it on your jig, you're not going to catch any fish? False. Go watch that video. I turned a chartreuse hair jig white with copper tone sunblock and still caught fish on it. So Yeah, I'd go watch it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Good video. Carl, what do you use for muddy water fishing being in Memphis? I go down the river because it's close by. Black and chartreuse stump bug. Black and chartreuse stump bug. Jackie, having problems at Notchy Creek. Noticing us thinking satellite problem, maybe due to weather, etc. Your thoughts? Could be. Yeah, it could be. So each unit has its own GPS receiver in it. Okay, Jackie. So if if one unit may pick up 12 satellites and the other unit may pick up 4 satellites, so it just depends on kind of how your units are linking up to the satellites. It's like the old handheld GPSs that used to turn on and tell you how many satellites it was linked to. They don't do that anymore, but it does vary from time to time. It will vary. Some of your waypoints will vary from time to time. You may go over one day and it be right down underneath your boat. You may drive right over it next week or the week after, and it be off to the right 10 feet. They're not. It's not exact. Your waypoints aren't exact. Never are. Between trips, so they're gonna be close, within 10-15 feet, but they're not always exact. All right, so real quick before we go, let's talk about the Teleco tournament, because I want to send a huge shout out to 2 guys that are on here all the time. You guys know them. Ashley Coffey and Josh Sanders won their first crappie tournament at Teleco Lake this past Saturday. Kudos to those 2. Awesome job. Awesome win. I also want to give a shout out to Jimmy Pratt and Ray Pratt, who may have helped them just a little bit. That's what it's all about, guys. It's all about, doesn't matter who wins, who loses. It's all about helping each other out. And kudos to those 2 for helping them when they needed help. And congratulations to those 2 for catching the fish that they caught, winning that tournament. It was awesome. I absolutely love. I actually, and this, I don't want this to sound the wrong way. They caught the fish. They did everything. But in some, I came home and I told my wife, and I said, in some, and I'm saying this because I had a conversation with both of them, and I know that they agree. In some, I told her, I said, in some small way, I said, I feel a little bit, just a little tiny bit, like I was there with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a part in that win, because you know I've known those guys since they started crappie fishing, and I have fed into those guys a lot of knowledge and a lot of. They've called. We've had conversation after conversation, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on the phone about crappie fishing, about how to locate them, how to find them, and how to catch them, and how to this and how to that, and just the ins and outs of crappie fishing. And Ashley probably would have never fished a crappie tournament if it wasn't for me pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. Say, come on, man, come on. And actually, his very first crappie tournament, I told him, I said, I'll pay for it. I said, you come, I'll pay for it. And he did. And I paid for it. Okay. Just like I said I would. I paid for his crappie tournament. He came down. He's been fishing with us ever since, and it's been a blast. And he, those 2 have grown into outstanding anglers. There's no doubt about it. They're a force to be reckoned with every time they come to the lake. And they're very knowledgeable on crappie fishing and extremely great guys. I'm blessed to know them. And congratulations to those 2 on winning their tournament. But it was a really fun on Teleco too. It was a really fun tournament. It was absolute blast. There was I don't know, 26 boats participated in the tournament, and let's see, I don't remember where everybody finished, but we cashed a check anyway. I cashed a check, finished in the money, but Josh and Ashley won the tournament, and just in big time fashion. They had like a 183 kicker fish, which is big on Teleco. Okay. There's a ton of fish in Teleco, but there's not a ton of big fish in Teleco. So, a 183 kicker or 189 kicker or something like that they had, just put them over the top of everybody else who had, those 1 pound to 1 1/4 pound fish. Put them right over top of everybody else. So congratulations to those 2 again. Those fish were deep. I mean, we're talking like 40-foot deep. We were catching them out of 40 foot of water. I had several fish that actually, I clipped every fish, but then I had several fish that their eyes popped out and I had to take a pen or my pocket knife. I'd take the end of my pocket knife, go in their mouth, and pop the back of their eye because they had a big blood blister on the back of their eye. And I had to pop that to relieve the pressure because the pressure was pressing on their brain and they were dying. And I had to pop it. You know, it was a nightmare. Now, I ate the fish. I didn't throw any fish back. I kept my 7. I ate my fish. Okay. But I kept them alive till the weigh-in too. So those fish, when you bring them out of deep water like that, guys, if you're gonna fish that deep, please take care of your fish. Please, if you bring a fish up from that depth, get him back in the lake quickly. Generally, they'll swim off. But if you have to put them in your live well, fin clips, fizzing is a thing, but I don't prefer to fizz because I don't like poking a hole in fish. When you poke them in the wrong place, you're gonna kill them. Okay. Now go back to the eye thing. If you have a fish, my tournament anglers, if you have a fish that his eye pops out of the side of his head and it's sticking out that far out of the side of his head, if you look in his mouth, what happens is behind that eye, the pressure change creates a blood pocket that is behind their eye. And you can take, like I said, you can take a pocket knife and you can just put a little slit behind their eye in that little blood pocket, and it will shoot that blood right out. Trust me, it will come out of there like it's coming out of the barrel of a pew-pew. And you can put that fish back in the live well and he'll just like nothing ever happened. But if you leave that blood in there and you leave that pocket in there and that pressure in there, it will press on that fish's brain and it will shut him down. He will die. So that's another thing that you need to watch out for, guys. If you're a tournament angler and you got fish that their eyes are popping out, watch out for that because it will definitely put them under. Okay. But if you get that pressure relieved quick enough, they'll be fine, which my fish were. They were fine. They were kicking when I got to the weigh-in, and they were bouncing around in the basket, and they were ready to rock and roll just like I was. So anyway, great time. Did have to fish deep on natural structure. There was a lot of different colors used. Nathan, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. Keep the great info coming. Sorry for your loss. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you. Love you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. That's a blessing to me in this channel. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you. But yeah, a lot of different colors used. I used purple and chartreuse most all day. Purple and chartreuse stump bug. Black and chartreuse stump bug, I switched to it midday because a lot of times when that sun gets up high, you can go to that black and chartreuse and they'll really bite it well because of the contrast. So I did go to black and chartreuse at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, I have it right here somewhere. Where's that? It is. Right here is the actual jig that I used. Oh, we were fishing again deep, 40-foot deep. So there's the actual jig that I used. It's all beat up because it's caught, I don't know. That jig right there, guys, has probably caught 50 fish. Okay. You can see, I mean, that thing is had better days. But that stump bug is still kicking. Okay. That stump bug is still going. Now it's tore up here, but that's from the jig head. That's from the collar on the jig head. You guys know there's a collar on the jig head. Okay, it tears your bait. But I'm telling you right now, that jig has caught 50 fish at least. You can see the skid marks. I mean, you can see the road rash on that jig right there. And it's still kicking. That's why I like bonehead tackle, because you can catch 50 fish on one jig. Okay. There's some jigs out there, well, I'm not naming. There's some jigs out there you can only catch one fish on a jig, or maybe 5-6 fish on a jig, and then you got to put a new one on. That one I caught 50 on. That's no joke. That was a 1/4 ounce jig head. That was a 1/4 ounce jig head. So when I'm fishing that deep, I'm fishing a 1/4 ounce. Ashley, thanks, Matt. If not for you, I would have never began fishing tournaments. Have learned a ton on your channel and through conversations that has led to more knowledge and better finishes. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it, buddy. And like I said, awesome anglers. Can't take anything away from those two. They did it. Guys, they did it. I mean, that's I want to push that. They caught those fish. They won that tournament. But I'm just glad to be a little tiny part in that. That's what I'm here for. That's why I do Wired for Crappie. That's why I'm here to help you guys learn, succeed, grow, catch more fish, maybe start fishing a tournament or two. It's all about crappie fishing. It's all about growing the sport. It's all about having fun with friends. It's all about the camaraderie and the fish and the fishing. It's about having fun. And I want each and every one of you to be able to go out and have fun. That's what it's all about. Come here and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So when at the end of the day, YouTube's great, club's great, tournaments are great, but at the end of the day, it's just about teaching. It's just about helping you guys grow and become better. That's it. That's it at the end of the day. And I hope that through our lives and through the videos and through tournament fishing or whatever else it is, where I get to spend time with you guys and see you guys, that you guys grow. That's all I hope. And if that happens, I've been successful. That's it. That's it at the end of the day. Okay. Don't forget about the East Tennessee Fishing Show starting tomorrow through Sunday. Great show. I'll be there Friday. Yes. Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. East Tennessee Fishing Show. I will be in the Bonehead booth Saturday all day. All right. I will be with Bonehead, with Mr. Tommy in the booth. And everybody, listen, everybody who buys a Bonehead product on Saturday in the booth at the East Tennessee Fishing Show will be entered into a raffle for a free guide trip with me here in East Tennessee. And we will draw that at probably right before close of business Saturday night. So Saturday night before close of business, we'll go live. We'll draw a name out of the raffle. If you buy something, make sure you fill out the little raffle ticket, because if you don't fill out the little raffle ticket with your name and phone number, you're not going to get entered. Okay? But everybody who buys something will get a raffle ticket. Drop it in the minnow bucket, because we'll have a minnow bucket there set up for you to drop them in, and we'll draw a name Saturday night. So if you're in Knoxville around the Expo Center and you want to come talk crappie with Wired, come on down. I'll be in the Bonehead booth. New boat motor is to die for. New boat motor is awesome. It's the best decision I ever made right back there. That jig looked like it had been hung in a ghost tree too. No, that jig hadn't been hung in nothing. That jig never got hung up. That's fish. That's fish hitting the head of that jig is what's knocked all that paint off. That is the gosh honest truth. That is nothing but fish hitting the jig head. That chartreuse jig head got walloped all day long. I bet I caught 150 fish, no doubt. Sorry I'm late, but I have a question. I caught a limit on Norris today, and several of them had mature eggs in them. Is that normal for January? Yes, they're already putting on eggs, Jesse. Those fish are putting on eggs, and they're getting ready. Those fish, on every lake have eggs in them by this point. Yeah, that's normal. Congratulations on catching a limit on Norris. You must be a better fisherman than I. I don't like Norris. I can't stand Norris. I don't fish Norris because I just can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Makes sense. It'll speed up the fall. Yeah, when you're fishing for fish that are 40 foot deep, you don't want to sit there with a 16,000 jig and wait for it to fall down there across. So you got to get that jig down there to those fish. That way you don't, because the wind's blowing you, the current's pushing you. There's boat waves coming by. There's so much going on. You want that jig down there to those fish ready to, because there's about 24-inch area around that fish that he's going to strike in. The average fish. You got 24 inches. In the middle is the fish. So 12 inches this way, 12 inches that way, 12 inches this way, 12 inches that way. 24-inch box, and the fish is in the middle. You got to get that jig in there to get him to hit. There ain't no sense on waiting in 20 minutes for it to fall down to it. You know what I'm saying? So 1/4 ounce jig head. Top 3 BF's baits. Top three. What? I'm confused, JB. JB, go back. What are you talking about? Top 3 BF's baits. What? BFS baits. What am I missing? What's that stand for? I can't talk in that lingo, I guess. I'm lost. JB, what are you talking about? Hurry, because my phone's getting ready to die. Got 4%. Don't forget to like the video. Yeah, smash that thumbs up, guys, please, before you leave. JB, I'm giving you a second to let me know. Top 3 BFS. What am I missing? BFS baits. What's BFS stand for? Somebody tell me what that stands for. Am I reading it wrong? That's 70 people on here. Does anybody know what that means other than JB? JB Outdoors. Come on. Refresh. I hadn't refreshed yet. I'm waiting on the comment. I don't see it. All right. Well, my phone's getting ready to die. It's literally on 3% now. So I'm thinking bonehead baits too. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Bonehead baits. Bait finesse system in the bass world. Juggernaut, Frank, appreciate you saying it, buddy. Appreciate the kudos there on that one. Bait finesse system in the bass world, yeah. Bonehead baits. I mean, my 3 favorite bonehead baits, if I had to pick colors. Yes, Andy, I use amp batteries on my trolling motor. I have two 50 amp hour 24 volt batteries that I'm running. So I'm running 100 amp hours for 24 volts. My favorite bonehead baits, the stump bug is my favorite. You guys know that. I mean, the stump bug's my favorite profile. My 3 favorite colors are probably, it's hard to pick. Moon dust, purple and chartreuse, and black and chartreuse. Probably, yeah. Those are my 3 favorites colors. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for tonight. Because my phone's about to die. We've been on about an hour, but my phone is going dead. So, Eric said, how long has the stump bug been in production? Just discovered them through you, and yes, I loaded up on them. Awesome, man. Yeah, they've been out for. I've been doing YouTube for several years, and they came out, right about the time that my YouTube channel did, I guess. So 2-3 years, I guess they've been in production. But anyway, that's what I can remember. If my memory serves me well. But that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I appreciate y'all as always. God bless. We'll catch y'all next week on the live, 9 o'clock Wednesday night. Okay. And then watch out for the video coming out next week. We're going to do episode 9 of Becoming a Better Crappie Angler series. And then we've got the last one, episode 10. And we'll be done with the Becoming a Better Crappie Angler series. If you hadn't watched episode 8, it came out today. It dropped at like 6 o'clock, and you got to go watch 8. And if you hadn't watched 1 through 8, you need to go watch 1 through 8 because you really need to pay attention to 9 and 10 because we're going to go, first of all, we're going to go back and we're going to take 8 to the lake, and then we're going to do 10. It's going to be great, and we're going to put everything together, okay? So, as always, again, God bless. Thank y'all. We'll catch y'all later. My phone's going to die in 1%. We will catch y'all on the next one. Thanks.